Today, December 10th, all eyes are on Jerome Powell and the FOMC meeting, and XRP holders need to pay very close attention because this could be a game changer for the entire crypto market. Jerome Powell, as the Fed chairman, is set to speak right after the rate decision at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, which is just a few hours away from now in Europe. Markets have already priced in an 87% chance of a 25 basis point rate cut, bringing the federal funds rate down to the 3.50 to 3.75% range, and there's strong expectation for confirmation on winding down the quantitative tightening program. This kind of dovish signal from the Fed historically floods the market with liquidity, sparking risk-on rallies where Bitcoin leads the charge, and altcoins like XRP often deliver outsized gains. XRP has already started rebounding sharply above the $2.10 mark today, with trading volume surging 77% in the last 24 hours, and massive inflows into XRP ETFs from big players like BlackRock and Fidelity. It's not just hype. On-chain metrics show active addresses up 42% month over month, whales accumulating since the $1.90 dip, and ledger activity spiking, all pointing to real conviction from long-term holders. Let's connect the dots on why the Fed's moves matter so much for XRP specifically. When central banks ease policy, money flows out of safe havens like bonds and into high beta assets like crypto. We've seen this pattern repeatedly. Back in late 2020, as the Fed slowed QT and slashed rates, Bitcoin went from $10,000 to $69,000, and XRP, despite its legal battles, rode the wave with multifold returns once clarity emerged. Fast forward to today, post Ripple's partial SEC victory in 2024 and Trump's pro-crypto administration since January 2025, the macro setup is even stronger. PCE inflation sits at 2.6%, unemployment steady at 4.2%, and GDP growth humming at 2.8% for Q4 estimates. Powell has to balance Trump's push for aggressive cuts to supercharge the economy against hawkish FOMC members worried about overheating. If the dot plot reveals 3 to 4 more cuts projected for 2026, expect a full risk-on explosion. BTC pushing past $91,000 toward $95,000 plus, and XRP easily tagging $2.50 in 48 hours. But if Powell strikes a cautious tone on persistent inflation or hints at a pause, we could see a quick pullback, testing $1.95 to $2 support before buyers reload. Diving deeper into XRP's current price action ties perfectly into this macro picture. On the 4-hour chart, XRP has broken cleanly above the $2.05 resistance with explosive volume, forming a higher low from November's $1.85 bottom. Classic bullish continuation. RSI at 68 isn't overbought yet. MACD shows a fresh bullish crossover, and the $2 zone has held as support 3 times this week without cracking, proving buyer depth. Zoom out to daily. XRP's in an ascending channel since October 2024's 50-cent lows, with the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement perfectly respected at $2.10. The 50 over 200 exponential moving average golden cross is locked in. Ichimoku cloud is bullish with Tenkan above Kijun, and weekly higher highs lows target $3.20 via 1.618 fib extension. For scalpers on H1, watch $2.08 support and $2.18 resistance, where a bull flag is forming. Historically, over the last 5 FOMC meetings with cuts, XRP averaged plus 12% in the following week, but a VIX spike above 25 could flip correlations inverse temporarily. This technical strength isn't happening in a vacuum. It's amplified by Ripple's fundamentals and broader crypto tailwinds. Ripple's on-demand liquidity, ODL volume, has tripled year over year, with new bank partnerships in Asia fueling real-world utility. ETF approvals look imminent for the first quarter of 2026, potentially unlocking $10 billion plus in first-month inflows, rivaling Bitcoin's launch. Trump's admin is fast-tracking stablecoin regs and crypto-friendly policies, while SEC appeals on Ripple seem dead in the water. Compare XRP to BTC, 0.82 correlation over 30 days, but XRP outperforming by 15% this week alone. If BTC clears $91,000 post-Powell, XRP's beta kicks in for $2.50 plus easily. Downside risks? A hawkish surprise could retrace to $1.95, but that's a gift for DCA. Strong ledger growth and whale stacks suggest no panic selling. Now let's map out clear scenarios to help you trade this event without FOMO. Scenario 1, bull case at 60% odds. Powell goes dovish, dot plot shows ample 2026 cuts, QT fully ends. XRP pumps immediately to $2.35, consolidates, then $2.50 to $2.80 weekly. Buy dips at $2.05 to $2.10. Stop loss tight at $1.98. Target $2.60 with trailing stops. Scenario 2, neutral at 30%. Standard 25 basis point cut but guarded inflation talk. XRP ranges $2.05 to $2.25. Sit tight, enter on breakout with $5 billion daily volume confirmation. Scenario 3, bear at 10%. Hawkish shock, cuts paused. Quick drop to $1.95 support. Perfect buy the dip zone for longs, as historical bounces from there average 25% upside in 10 days. Key across all, post-announcement CME futures for sentiment, and XRP volume $5 billion seals bull conviction. Building on that, risk management ties everything together for sustainable gains. Personally, I'm 40% allocated to XRP at $1.92 average, adding on dips with no more than 5% portfolio per trade. Trail stops at 10% once above $2.30, eyeing $5 EOY 2026 long term. Use TradingView alerts at $2 support, $2.50 resistance. DCA weekly regardless of noise. Avoid leverage in high vol events. Spot holding out performs 90% of the time. Track on-chain via Santiment or Glassnode. Rising holder count and low exchange inflows. Scream accumulation. Expanding on macro interconnections, consider global liquidity. ECB and BOJ are also easing, amplifying USD weakness for crypto exports. Trump's fiscal plans, tax cuts, infrastructure could stoke inflation but force more Fed dovishness. Geopolitics play in too. Middle East tensions boost safe haven BTC flows spilling to alts. XRP's cross-border edge shines here, with RippleNet processing billions in remittances amid USD volatility. Technicals warrant more depth. Backtest FOMC impacts. Dovish equals plus 18% XRP average 7-day. Neutral plus 5%. Hawkish minus 8%, then plus 15% rebound. Bollinger Bands squeezing on daily signal volatility pop imminent. Stochastic oscillator curling up from oversold. Multi-time frame alignment. H4 bull flag targets $2.28. Flagpole height. Daily channel top $2.65. Ripple ecosystem updates fuel the fire. Q4 ODL metrics. 300% year-over-year growth, 50-plus new corridors. Partnerships with SBI, Santander scaling. XRP ledger upgrades boost DEFI-TVL 200% to $500 million. Community treasury proposals for marketing could mirror Solana's playbook. For viewers new to this, XRP's utility differentiates it. Not just hype, but payments infrastructure settling trillions potential. Versus ETH/SOL, faster, cheaper TXNs. Versus BTC, utility over store of value alone. Trading psychology matters hugely. Post-event, markets overreact. Buy fear, sell greed. Journal trades, review P&L weekly. Community sentiment on Twitter/Discord lags price. Lead it. Longer term, 2026 roadmap. ETF launch, Q1, $20 billion inflows. SEC case closure, ISO 2022 full adoption. Price models, stock to flow variant eyes, $4.50. Metcalfe law, $3.80. Monte Carlo Sims, 70% prob, $3 by mid-year. Portfolio allocation tips, 20 to 30% crypto max. Diversify alts, XRP 40%, BTC, ETH 40%, DeFi 20%. Rebalance quarterly. Tax strategies, HODL 1 year for LTCG. Tools for Edge, Julius AI for backtests on CSV price data, HeyGen for quick updates, TradingView Pine scripts for alerts. In summary, without calling it that, stay disciplined. Macro plus tech plus on-chain equals conviction. Powell's words today catalyze, but structure holds the trend. Hold strong, trade smart. Drop your price targets below. Smash like and subscribe for daily XRP deep dives. See you post Powell.